Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I am so thrilled today. First of all, I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope that we did not overindulge in turkey and whatever else that you might have had during this past week or so, during Thanksgiving and all that. But I tell you, we're off to the Christmas holidays like we are right now. And all of these sales, all of this stuff out there is absolutely wonderful, I think. And try to stay away from being on the street, but you still got to shop and enjoy Christmas. Now, we got an absolutely fantastic show today, and I'm not even going to start talking about it until I bring my, executive producer, co-host, and the young lady that makes all of these things happen. How you doing, Michelle? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I love what you were saying about, shopping and holidays. And I'm just going, I like shopping. I like actual personal gifts instead of gift cards. I like when someone takes the time out to actually buy something they know I would like. So I like the tangible gifts.
You talking about like your husband always take the time out to go
Mhm.
and buy you whatever you want?
Yeah, except for clothes. Ha
Michelle, I am so
ha.
excited about our guest today. Not only I'm just excited about the guest, but she's family. I'm talking about real family. And um, a lot of times we sit back and we dream or we hope and we say we're gonna do certain things in life, and I'm gonna grow up. I'm gonna do this when I grow up. To actually say this when you're a kid and then grow up and do this and just live your dream and you continue to live your dream. That's what our guest is today. Uh, she always wanted to be an actress ever since she was probably knee high to a grasshopper, and she are making it happen. She's doing big things. I mean, big things. And we're talking no other than Marlynne Frierson Cooley. Michelle, I can't wait to get this thing started, and so we can educate our listeners and our viewers about following your dreams and how Marlon is making that happen, and she's been making it happen for decades. So, first of all, if you want to be part of this conversation, wherever you're watching it at, E360 TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and over 20 plus other mechanisms. And if you want to ask just great guests of ours any questions, all you have to do is just go to the comments. Ask this guest any question you want to, and I promise we'll get you some answers. Michelle, can you please introduce our guest? Tell our listeners about the title of the show, purpose of the show, and then introduce this great guest.
Well, yes, the title of the show is basically a sit down with Marlynne Frierson Cooley from Joyful Heart Productions. The purpose of the show is getting to know the background of actor, film, and theater producer, writer, spoken word artist, and voiceover artist Marlynne Frierson Cooley. Discuss her company, Joyful Heart Productions, and her work in film, television, the stage, and talk about her upcoming projects. So let's learn a little bit about Marlynne. Marlynne Cooley is an actress, voiceover artist, and film producer from Cleveland, Ohio. She now resides in California. She graduated from the University of Cincinnati and majored in broadcasting and a postgraduate in theater from the University of Akron. Her recent TV credits include Daddy Stop Embarrassing Me on the Jamie Foxx TV show on Netflix, Bless This Mess, a show that was on ABC, and This Is Us, as everyone remembers, on NBC. Some of her recent theater credits including The Sugar Mamas, The Lynching of Effie Childs, Blessings, 12 Angry Jurors, Supernatural, and Harriet Tubman, One Woman Show, and many more plays. Her recent film credits include A Love of a King on Tubi TV and Apple TV, Trade on Amazon Prime, Salvation Love, I Am Too an American, Jamie, and It's Not Black Enough, and other films. She teaches spoken word and is a filmmaker who has produced 3 short films in the film festival arena. She's also a voiceover talent for commercials and a voice consultant. She produces and narrates audiobooks, and she just finished the worldwide concern about Alzheimer's disease. And you can also catch her on the podcast My Mama Told Me on iHeartRadio, where she does the voice over of the conspiracy mother. She's also a loving wife, mother, and grandmother. We welcome Marlynne Cooley to the show, but right now she's having some technical issues. So
She having a little technical issues, but I tell you what, we still going to introduce her to the show because we're going to show some of her work, and hopefully she'll be back by that point. So here we go.
Well, don't lie. You don't have to kick it like that. I can see it in your face. I know you into something else. This mofo is a lawyer, and he got the cheese. And you better make sure you a rat and gonna eat it.
Everybody ain't a hustle, Aunt Shell.
Bitch, everything is a hustle. I mean, you think just because I got these scrubs on ain't a hustle? You think you staying here ain't a hustle? You better get your mind right.
Next word is forever. I am forever tired of hearing your nanny's mouth.
Well, you better be careful. See, it's one thing dealing with them fools who's all up in the trade. And it's another thing when someone who's just curious. I decided to go get Henry. But eventually, I found myself on the other side of the gun. I caught me a bus and rode from Opelika to Charlotte, and he never saw me coming. I come from my husband!
Effie.
I must admit, it was good seeing him.
Me?
Listen, don't play innocent. I know your game.
Game?
You
I don't play
LA
games.
girls, you're out on the prowl looking for a good man to leech off on. Boy, you was get your dirty ass hands out of there.
It's all good, Auntie Gina.
Yeah, okay. I hear you.
How's my handsome nephew doing?
It's whatever, Auntie.
Looking just like Tony, don't he?
Yes, he does. Little sis, you gonna help us with the cooking or what?
Wow, so that's some of the work that she's been doing. But I had the pleasure and opportunity executive producing and directing a lot of the work with Marlynne. Her Joyful Heart production teamed up with the Cooley Foundation, and we created a few plays and a short film. And I tell you, just working where it's been tremendous. One of the things that we did, and that we released not too long ago, and it's actually in the short film industry right now. It's called, and you saw a little clip of that in the thing that Marlynne was when she introduced that was Effie Childs on the other side of the gun, and we also produced the lynching of Effie Childs. But what I'm gonna do right now is we're still trying to get Marlynne back on. I am going to give you guys a sneak preview of our short film, which has been gaining momentum, receiving awards, and this is called Effie Childs on the other side of the gun.
I know the good white folks around here don't want no scandal. So let it be. Now you've been warned. Now, I'm walking out of here. Seemed like there was always a scandal surrounding me. It was months since I seen Henry, and him leaving like he did just didn't sit right with me. I was a good wife, but the dust of his scandal settled all around our home. All the talk, all the whispering whenever I walked by, I decided to go get Henry But eventually, I found myself on the other side of the gun. I caught me a bus and rode from Opelika to Charlotte, and he never saw me coming. I come from my husband!
Effie.
I must admit, it was good seeing him. Henry,
Come on.
wanted...
Come on. Ride with me.
Henry always did have a way with me. There were few words between us. Henry thought the cool air and the moonlight was enough to sweet-talk me, but it wasn't. Henry Childs, you have sold my life in the worst way. You're running around with all type of women. You're spending up all our money. And then, you leaving me like you did.
Effie.
Henry, you ain't never loved me.
You right, Effie. I ain't never loved you. There were times when you were more of a man than I was. Just wasn't enough woman in you for me.
Henry!
Effie! Effie!
Maybe not being enough of a man is what kept you from me. I ain't afraid of dying, but I'll be damned if I give you the pleasure of a lynching.
Put the gun down. He ain't gonna help you now.
And since you the judge and the jury, we gonna do this Alabama style. Life has a way of balancing out. I had killed 2 men. Killing the white man was an act of justice, and killing Henry was an act of love.
Wow. Hey, Marlon. Well, I wasn't planning on showing most of that show, but you know what? I
Yeah.
was sitting back, amazed on some of the work that you have been doing, and having the pleasure and the privilege to work with you on a lot of these the different projects that we've been on, and I know you probably missed when we were showing your reels, and that was absolutely fantastic. All the great things you're doing. But this is what I want to do, Mark.
Hmm.
I want to take a station break. But when we get back from the station break, we're gonna pick it up and we're gonna learn all about this great young lady right here. And I tell you what, if you want to be part of this conversation, just like I said, all you do is just go and just ask questions. I see we got lots and lots of people listening and watching, but I tell you what, it's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back with Marlon right after the break. So hang in there.
Really get there to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I got my cuz here, Marlynne Cooley, that we are getting ready to delve off into her and some of the great things that she is doing and that she always have been doing ever since she was knee-high to a grasshopper. So, hey, cuz, I
Yes.
know that we had some technical difficulties, but that gave our viewers and our listeners a little bit more time to get a chance to see some of your work, and I tell you, it is absolutely fantastic. So hey, Marlon, I wanted to first of all start off with, can you tell our viewers and our listeners what was it like growing up in Ohio, and
Oh,
when did you first uh realize that you wanted to be an actor?
Oh, okay. Well, growing up in Cleveland, Ohio was wonderful. I loved it. And if I had to do it again, I would do it the same way. I had a great childhood life. But as I was growing up, that's when a lot of the Black shows were coming on. And, I always wanted to be an actor. I just didn't know how to do it. And so when I went to University of Cincinnati, I majored in broadcasting. And I took a couple of acting classes, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. But I was in broadcasting, so I was doing radio and television. And then when I moved to Los Angeles, that's when I really got hit by the acting bug. I started, I say about, I'm say I was about 27 or 26. And I started doing a lot of plays. And I was doing plays with this company called Rebirth Drama Company. And I just enjoyed it. Theater is really my first love. And as time went on, then I started liking film and television. But basically, being an actor is always something I wanted to do in my mind. But I was a little scared, and I really didn't have any mentors at that time. Because, being an actor, people be like, oh, you got to get a real job. My father like, yeah, that's kind of crazy. You better get you a real job. So that's what happened. Yeah.
So Marlon, when did you first do your first job, your first acting job? I know you said that you really got off into it when you were right around 27. But
Yes.
when you first did your first, it's like, I can do this. I know I can do this.
Well, I guess I was saying probably around that age because we were doing plays in Hollywood and, people would come out to see us and we would do one act plays, we rehearsed for like 3 weeks and boom, we up. And we would do like 3, 4, 5 plays a year. And that's when I really started, knowing that I am an actor and we got paid a little bit. But my real lovable job is when I really took off, was called The Living Room. And we toured all through the country. And that was with Shelley Garrett, who is no longer here. And I played this role called Imani. She was a lawyer and got paid really well, met a lot of people and traveled. And that was really like my real official acting job.
So Marlon, so we've been working together on projects, and you and I, the J.C. Cooley Foundation, teamed up a few times, and with Joyful Heart Production, which is your company.
Yes.
First of all, why don't you tell our listeners and our viewers what is Joyful Heart? What do you all do, and some of the things that you have produced under your company?
Okay. Well, what we do, I'm a producer and we produced a lot of films. And of course, we do theater. And I also work under Joyful Heart Productions as a voiceover. So that's all under my umbrella. And I produce right now, I've just been focusing on short films right now. Probably later on, I'll do some features, but I produced 3 short films on my own. Yeah, 3 short films and a couple other people. Of course, James, you helped me. And the latest one was Salvation Love. And I have a few other projects I'm going to be working on. And then, of course, I do my voiceovers. So when I go out, when people send me out for a job, I put it under Joyful Heart Productions. And, I do commercials and sometimes a little animation, TV series, whatever it counts, whatever, that I get hired for.
I tell you, working with you and the team, we had absolutely great team on the lynching of Effie Childs.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you right now, can't nobody play that role like you. And it just and also with the sequel, Effie Childs on the Other Side of the Gun. That is so telling and so inspirational because it's true. It's what I'm trying to say. It's true, and it's still that way today. So why don't you tell our listeners the making of Effie Childs on the Other Side of the Gun?
Okay, so we decided we had did the play already, and that was very successful. So we were like, well, come on, let's do a short film because we really would like to do a feature. So we did the short film, which is like a tease, so we can raise money so we can do the feature. And Effie was a woman, I would say probably in the 50s, lived in the country, very tough woman, didn't really take nothing. She didn't take too much stuff. And her husband was a cheater. And she was very embarrassed. He left her playing around with all different type of women and going to North Carolina, just left me there. And I was very upset about that. And I didn't like that about my husband. I don't want to tell you the whole story. And then also we had in the real play, it's some rape going on too. It's a white man who raped my sister-in-law. And I didn't really care for the white guy that much, who my brother worked for. He owned a convenience store. And so we had a couple of words, and I don't want to tell you too much. So she was the type of character that was ever on her mind, she's going to let everybody know what's going on. And we're not going to take that. So
Well,
she was a tough sister.
Marlon, I want to show that one. It's about 2 minutes long, but I think our viewers and our listeners will get the point on them. Here we go.
Now you hear me real good. Because I ain't good at talking how I feel. And there ain't many things in this world I care about. But I care about you. And living in the South, we knew what we were up against. And I ain't scared of no wrong. And if it mean you and Tammy, y'all go live your lives in peace. Go on now.
If this ain't right. They're here! Effie, what you gonna do with that?
Go on in the back and you let me handle this now.
Effie!
Go on. Ain't no niggas in here. Man ain't the one you looking for. I killed Mr. Frank. Man had nothing to do about it. Now I got the bat I beat him with to prove it. Now leave my brother out of it. He ain't here. And he long gone with his wife, who's carrying Mr. Frank's baby. Now I know the good white folks around here don't want no scandal around like that. So let it be. I'm walking out of here, and I done warned you. The way I see it, since you the judge and the jury, oh, we gonna do this Alabama style.
Wow. Hey, you know, all that time and effort that we put into creating those plays. And I tell you again, your acting, well, actually, the whole team was pretty good. But you stole the show. I mean, you stole. And even today, you are doing so many great things. You're in a lot of featured films. You've been on a few sitcoms, and you're just doing a lot of great things. I tell you what, we got about 2 minutes before the break. Tell our viewers about some of the things that got you to case in point. I think you finished up something with Jamie Foxx about a year ago, 2 years ago. You was on This Is Us, and you've been on a lot of other great things. So I want to start that one. I want to pick it up after the break, but tell our viewers a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, my last big project probably was working with Jamie Foxx. Dad, stop embarrassing me. But during all that time, I've been auditioning. Oh, and I do have another show that's on Tubi and Apple Plus, and that's called A Love of a King. I play a foster mother. It's a Christmas film. I think you would like it. We have singing involved, dancing, and then we have a short film. And I think you guys will really enjoy that. And that's on Apple Plus. and it's on Tubi, and it might be on Amazon, and it's called A Love of a King. So that was my last project I did in December. So right now I just been auditioning a lot and doing my own things, which we did finish Salvation Love. I gave you a trailer if you want to show that, but
I'm
I
gonna show.
did give you,
I want you to hold on to that one because
okay,
when I get back, that's one of the things I do want to talk about,
okay,
and
great,
that was
great.
well put together as well. I tell you,
Yes.
as you see, this young lady is bringing it, and she's doing so many great things out there. If you want to be part of this conversation, which we got a couple of questions already in the queue waiting on you when we get back from the break. If you want
Sounds
to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to wherever you're watching it at, go and to the comment, put it in, ask Marlynne Cooley any questions that you want. I tell you, we'll be back shortly after the break. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm just sitting here having so much fun with with Marlynne, yeah, and just reminiscing and just thinking about all the great things. I'm talking about to actually be able to have your cuz on here that doing great things, and not just somebody just said I'm going to go do this and go do that, and they don't do it, but to actually stick to your dream, work at it because it requires hard work. And Marlynne, I see the work. I know the work that you have put in and that you continue to put in. So before we get back into this, see, Michelle got a question for you. And I
Yes.
think she said, did you have a plan B if your acting career did not take off? What industry would you be in?
Well, I probably would still be in communications and broadcasting. I used to DJ. I used to work at a jazz radio station. I used to work at an ABC affiliate. And I probably would have been a reporter. That's probably what I would have done. Radio and reporter, because I was already in the field when I lived in Cincinnati, but I moved to California. And then that's when I got in something else. But I've always been in the media or communication field. And that's what I would have been doing. Yep.
We got another friend of mine. I call him Big Al, the art. Are you familiar with the NBA, NAB? Not really.
No, I've never heard of that. The NAB show. Mm-mm. What is
Right.
that?
Hey, Big Al, I know you're listening. Why don't you tell us what it is in a text so we could figure this out? Because otherwise, that's going to leave our listeners trying to, what is NAB? So
Right.
I'm sure we'll get an answer shortly and we'll get back
Unless it's Nationals Association of Broadcasters. I don't know what NAB means.
to we'll find out. Big Al is pretty thorough.
Okay.
So Marlon, so you're doing so many things like that, just like where right before the break we were talking about
Yeah.
some of the TV shows and that's what he said, television shows and
That's
some
what I said. National Association of Broadcast. Well, I was close. I was close. Well, yeah, I've heard of it. Is it an organization? I'm in the union already. I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. And matter of fact, I'm going to a voiceover Burbank convention. It's going to be in Burbank, California. It's a voiceover convention. It's going to be really big. It's going to be nice. And that's next month. Okay. JC needs to attend.
hey, cuz,
Okay.
do I need to attend that? No, I will. I mean, and Big Al is what I call him.
Okay.
Doing a lot of great things, and he's back in
Okay.
California with you, and
Okay.
hopefully I get an opportunity to see him in a couple of weeks when I'll be back out there. But Marlon,
Yeah.
I want to pick it. I want to pick it up with a lot of the things that you're doing, and I know that we want to talk about the other little short film that you had done. You sent me a clip of that one. But featured films, can you tell our viewers a little bit about some of the feature films that you've been in? I know you've been in Baggage Claim. You've been in a lot of other different things.
Yeah. Well, the last one I was in was Trade. It's kind of a little controversial. That one is. That's on Amazon, and I play the aunt of my nephew. He's gay, and he was in prison, and he had a tough road ahead of him, and nobody wanted to take him in. And as the aunt, I took him in. I don't know if you showed that clip, but I had a little bit of it. And that was one of my feature films I've done. Like you said, I did Baggage Claim. I did a little bit of work in that one. I'm trying to think of some. You kind of caught me off guard on that, on the feature films. But I have done some, but they're pretty old. I really don't talk about some of the feature films because they're older. The feature films are.
Well,
So
let's show that clip of
okay.
you and your nephew uh, in this
That was
particular.
my cousin. It's just a trailer. It's called Salvation Love. It's a short film. And
I hope this is the right one. I'm not
yes, a
100.
trailer. I just gave you the trailer. And we did that during COVID. And everybody was at home doing their own thing. So technology came in. And a friend of mine, she directed it. She lived in DC. So we all had fun producing this. And it's about a homeless woman. She was an FBI agent and she became homeless. She lost everything.
Okay, I don't know if this is the right one, but I know we got one with Imari in it. But here.
Imari, breakfast in 10 minutes. You okay?
I'll be down in 10 minutes, Mom.
She been so depressed.
I know.
Where is she? Imari.
But we're going to get through this together, okay?
Happy birthday.
And you keep believing in your dreams. Dreams do come true, sweetheart. They do.
That's right. And everything is going to be all right.
Thanks, Aunt B.
I love you.
That wasn't the right one that I was looking for, but I love that one too.
Yes.
I tell you what, why don't you let's talk about that one right now, and I'll try to find the other one during the next break.
Okay, so we wanted to do something about, that was, like I said, we shot that in 2020. That was in the summertime. And a lot of young people were very depressed dealing with that COVID. And that's what we wanted to show about how the youth gets depressed and how we can help them and how we can help them to get help. And so a friend of mine, we decided to do that. Let's do something about depression. And as you can see, that was my daughter. She's also an actress too, do a little bit of modeling and all that good stuff. And and so she was like, yeah, Mom, I'll do it. And so, she said, Mom, it's so true, because sometimes, this COVID has gotten me really down too. We can't do what we really want to. We can't go to college. We can't go see our friends. So we just decided to do something real quick. And we did that. And we also entered that into like a 3-minute film festival. They were looking for real mini, short films, and we entered that. And that was one of the reasons why we did it too, for a festival. Yeah,
It's so many issues when it comes to mental depression, and just like you mentioned, COVID was one of the issues, but this is something that's very prevalent, not just in the United States but around the world. And I believe that bringing awareness to, like what you just did in that short film,
right,
is the answer to answering a lot of questions for our young and also parents and families and friends, so that they would be aware of certain things as associated with mental illness. So I see we got another question from Michelle, and she asked, Marlynne, what projects are you working on? So many.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but one, I'm working on another special. This is a special project because it's based on a true story, and it's called No Right to Live. I don't want to tell you too much about it, but it is another period piece. It takes place during the Korean War, and it's about a girl who is Black and Korean and the racism that she had to face. And we're going to do a little short because we do want to do a feature on that one. I'm producing that, and I'll probably direct that one. And then I'm working on a pilot. It's called Silver on the Road. I can't say too much about it. It's going to be for television, but it's a pilot. And that's all I can really say because I can't put that out too much. So working on that. And then I have a project that I'm working on. It's called Sister Devotion, and it's about Alzheimer's. I like to do a lot of social events of what's going on in the world. Like I said, that movie Salvation Love, that was homelessness. And now we're going to touch on the subject of Alzheimer's, because especially in the African-American family, it's so many people who have had relatives who have had that disease, dementia. So we're going to do a little bit about that. And I'm in the process right now. I'm writing. Hopefully I should be finished, but we're going to do No Right to Live, then Sister's Devotion. And then, like I said, I'm doing Silver on the Road, but that's an acting job. Wow. And hopefully some more acting jobs will be coming up too.
And hopefully I mean, I know, Marlon, it's just a matter of time. We're gonna take a station break, and
Okay.
we're gonna come back. We're gonna pick it up, and we're gonna continue to talk to Marlon Frierson Cooley. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments, let her know whatever question you might have, or if you just want to say hello to her, you can do that as well. Remember, it's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break. Hello. Hey, I'm James Cooley. I am the founder and CEO of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, Options, Opportunities, Lasting Choice Program. Our primary mission is to help build the foundation of our youth and young adults and communities. And we encourage everyone to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. And the way that you do that is, first of all, you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are here for a purpose. You also have to be able to step out your comfort zone and do things that you probably didn't think that you can do.
A story about a woman who endures bigotry and erases America in order to pursue her God-given talent. And she has to pretend that she's white just to make a living. And when she reveals to the whole world who she really is, they lock her up and they take everything away from her. But she doesn't give up. She fights. She fights the system, she fights America, and she fights the whole world until it is just too much for her to handle. And so, she writes one more book for her granddaughter and all the little black girls who have been told that they don't matter. But this time, she uses her right name because she wants us to continue the fight long after her untimely demise.
Noah
All right.
Dingley here, producer
was,
of the
Not
James
Black.
Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. And you just saw another a clip from Marlynne work where she's teaching. Actually, it's just like she teaches. She does so many things in educating our youth, our young adults, also all of us. Another thing she do spoken word. You know. And most of the time when I have her on the show, I kind of challenge her. And she challenged me on those things. I don't think we're gonna do that today because I don't feel like winning today.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm just joking, but I love it. I love all the great things you're doing because teaching, just like I'm not black enough. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that?
Of the film you just saw? Yeah,
Yes.
that was called Not Black Enough. And I was like a big time entertainment industry. I worked in the entertainment industry and I was a producer. And so the young lady was a client and she's trying to get this book produced. And so I was giving her an idea, but she got most of the idea from her grandmother. And I was just trying to tell her, we got to change the story. We got to make it more interesting. And that means we got to make it more black enough. So the black audience would understand. So that's what my character was about, producing. But I just want to piggyback on, you had asked me a couple of features that I had did. And I just wanted to bring that up. Cutting the Mustard, who was directed by Nima Barnett. I think you guys know that one. And then Assassination Files. So those are my feature films I wanted to tell you because I hadn't, it's been a while since I've done a feature. I've just been auditioning, but one is coming soon. But let's get on to the spoken word. I really enjoy that. I work with the Marietta School District out here. And I work with all different type of grades. Also, I'll be working with Cal State San Marcos. I'm gonna be doing some things with them for Black History Month, and I really enjoy it. And when I do perform spoken words, sometimes it's for venues and sometimes it's for funerals. It's for all different types of occasions when I do spoken word.
Okay, let's see how good you are with this, and you can test me as well, because you know me and you have these battles. You know we do this.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
so the word. Let me see. Let me think of something.
Okay, go ahead.
Courage.
Uh-huh.
What you got to say? Courage.
Courage.
Yes.
Courage. You know, we all got to have courage. We got to be strong. We got to think about what we're doing. Don't be scared. Get in. Courage. Courage makes us stand tall. Courage makes us think. Courage. What does it do for you? Don't be scared of courage. Just stand in your body and have courage. Courage. We all need it.
Okay, you got a chance. Any word?
All
Okay.
right. Was that okay?
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Okay. Do I need to give you a word?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna give this word because this is all what we need. Everybody needs it. Love.
Love come in forms in all different ways. Most important thing about love, we want it to always stay.
Mm.
Love is the thing that drives our heart, our soul, our mind, our attitude. Most importantly, as long as you got love in you, others will have love in you too. Love.
Love it. Okay, that was great. That was good. You're very good. I gotta give it to you there, cuz gotta give
Hey,
it to you.
cuz we do that. You know, for people out there that's r- dream of being an actor or actor and not knowing what it takes, can you explain to them that it requires a whole lot
Of
of
work.
work, a whole lot of work, and I have dabbed along with it a few times in my life, and it's great. You've been
Yeah,
doing it forever, you know.
I sure have.
Can you?
Sometimes I want to get out of it, but God, he keeps it in my heart, and he's like, that's what you're supposed to do. First of all, you gotta love it. Now, it's great to go to school. I mean, right now, because there's so many more opportunities in acting. And if you major in theater, that's great. You can go to New York, you can do plays there, or you can just go to your just local cities, other cities in the country, and still just do a lot of theater. Now, if you want to do television and film, you know what? You can go anywhere there too. But our main places are California and Georgia. And LA does have a lot. But when you go in it, you got to practice it. You got to love it. You got to be in it. And the number one thing is rejection. Can you accept rejection? The last couple of years, I've been going on some great, great auditions. I feel I do very well. I get a couple of callbacks here and there, but I didn't book it. And it's not because you wasn't good. It depends on the director, the producer, what they're looking for. And it also helps if you got a few connections in the business too. That also helps. That's my okay. My grandson had came in there. I didn't want you guys to see him. Sorry about that, guys, but let's get back on the air. So anyway, there he is there. And Jason, would you like to say something?
Hey, how you doing, Jason?
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
How you
And
doing, look us? Hey, Marlon, we down to the last 2 minutes of the show.
yes, I am
Uh,
so sorry for that
no, no, no,
interruption.
no. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Generation.
yeah.
Okay, so 30 seconds are left. What is a takeaway that you want our listeners to get from this great interview that I had with you? And also, how can they get in touch with you? You might have producers and directors and everybody listening to this want to get in touch with you, real quickly, 30 seconds, how can they do that?
Okay, so I have an email, and you can email me. It's Joyful Heart Theater, the ER, the American Theater, at yahoo.com. And, you can email me. You can let me know, if you want to talk about things, or if you're interested, or if you want me to do some voiceovers. I didn't mention my voiceover. I am on a podcast called My Mama Told Me. I do a conspiracy voice. And when you listen to it, when you hear the voice come up, which is the mama voice, that's me. And it deals with all different facts. Is that a true conspiracy or is it not? It's up to you to think about it.
Wow, because I just want to thank you, and you got an open platform on my show anytime.
All right.
So, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. I'd like to thank my beautiful executive producer and co-host Michelle Cooley.
Michelle.
I'd like to thank our listening audience for taking time to tune into the James Cooley Show. It's your love. Always dream big, think big, be big. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley.